Hello everyone and welcome to Plot Twists. So today I'm going to do my November TBR. I know that I didn't post a video last week due to some extenuating family circumstances, but I'm super excited to be back today doing another video. Okay, so when talking about my November TBR, I did want to point out that I have an exorbitant number of books that I need to read. I know some people just intermix their books that they haven't read with their books they have read, but I don't do that. Mostly because I figure if I intermix them, I will forget which books I haven't read. And that's kind of a problem. So as you can see here, this is my to-be-read bookshelf. And before I picked up the books that I'm going to read this month, which go in a different section of the house, I had 2 full rows of hardbacks and all of these paperbacks that basically have completely filled up this shelf. So I really need to read a bunch of what I already have and not go pick up things that I don't have. So I'm not going to buy, that sounds cute. I'm hopefully not going to buy too many more new books because I really need to finish off the shelf. I don't know. I don't have a lot of self-control when it comes to buying books, so I guess we'll see what happens, but that's my goal. So I have 5 books I'm going to talk about and 1 challenge book. I typically read 6 books, but as you will see, some of the books I've picked this month are on the bigger side, so I'm going to do 5 instead of 6, and a challenge book if I manage to make it to 6. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So the first 2 books that I want to talk about today, I'm going to plan to read and then do a comparison video of, if that sounds interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to like them both, but the first book is The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine, which I talked about in my book haul video last month, and The Evil Queen by Gena Showalter, which I assume both, especially, I mean, the covers are so similar. I assume they're both going to be Snow White-esque stories and will create an interesting comparison, but if I read them and find that that's not what they are, then obviously I won't. But either way, both of these books I picked up last month, and I am super excited to read them both. Fairy tale retellings are some of my favorite books ever. Gena Showalter is one of my favorite authors ever. And I'm just super excited to read these. Okay, the next book I want to get to this month is Quarantine by Lex Thomas. There are 2 things that really drew me to this book. On the cover, it is described as original as The Hunger Games, set within the walls of a high school exactly like yours, which The Hunger Games was great. And then the back of it describes it as a modern-day Lord of the Flies, both of which super drew me in. The reason why it's particularly on my list to read for this year is obviously the quarantine theme. And I've been meaning to read a quarantine-themed book this year and haven't made it there, so November sounds like a good time to finally make it. Other than those couple things that I've shared, I don't know a whole lot about this book. I picked it up at my used bookstore for $2, and the cover is kind of interesting. It looks like it's some kind of science lab, and then there's 2 characters in the back, kind of in the dark. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, the next book I want to make it to this month is Heir by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 3rd Throne of Glass novel. I read the first 2 pretty quickly together and then fell off the wagon and didn't finish reading the series. And I enjoyed what I read, and I really do want to read more. So hoping to make it to this one this month. This is one of those bigger books. It's almost 600 pages. So we'll see if that happens, but it sounds like a good thought. I'm hoping at least to have this read by the end of the year, so if not this month, next month. Okay, the next book I want to make it to this month is The Invisible Life of Addie and LaRue by Schwab. This is one of the books I picked up from Book of the Month last month, and I have enjoyed what I've read by V.E. Schwab, so I have high hopes that I will enjoy this as well. The tagline on the back of this particular one is interesting. It says, "A life no one will remember, a story you'll never forget," which is kind of interesting, enthralling. And then the inside cover describes it as being in the vein of The Time Traveler's Wife, which is a really interesting story. So I have high hopes that this will be something that's super enjoyable. I know that BookTube has been blowing up about how great it is, so hoping I enjoy it as well. Okay, and the last, my challenge book for this month, I'd like to make it to Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is the other Book of the Month book I picked up last month. I am really trying to diversify my reading, and as you see from the other, 5 books I've talked about, they are all in the same genre. So hopefully we make it through those 5 and I can make it to a romance novel this month and kind of read something different. This is really going to be one of the things I'm going to challenge myself to do way more of in 2021. Maybe one book each month at least will have to come from a genre that is not YA or adult fantasy, because it's a problem. I really do want to read something different. So hopefully we'll make it to this one. Hopefully I'll enjoy it. I have high hopes. Yeah. Okay, so just a quick note from future me. I went back to shoot the part of the video that adds in that rectangle that shows off my to be read books and realized I never filmed an ending. So, I hope you guys enjoyed reading. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the 5 books and potentially 6 that I hope to read this month. Let me know if there's any particular videos that you'd like to see, and if you enjoyed my video today, feel free to subscribe. If you leave me a comment, I will definitely comment back. And hopefully now that things are kind of on a regular schedule again, I should have another video later this week, if not early next week, probably 2 next week. I don't know. We'll see where the wind takes me. But I'm definitely going to do my October wrap-up, and then I have a book that I want to do a book discussion of, because it had some interesting things that I think everybody needs to learn about, and just some things that I really want to share. So look forward to that. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'll post again soon. Bye!